With a decisive 6-3 vote, the Oklahoma Supreme Court has struck down the implementation of Governor Kevin Stitt's privately managed plan for Medicaid expansion. With more on the reason why and reaction from both sides of the issue, here's eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley.
Several months ago, a group of medical organizations filed suit against the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority in the Oklahoma Supreme Court, suggesting that managed Medicaid healthcare plan was not authorized by the legislature. On Tuesday, the Oklahoma Supreme Court said that was in fact the case, that lawmakers had not authorized the plan and that the Healthcare Authority had not set in place the appropriate rules for it to take effect.
Shawn, let me read the governor's statement on this. The Supreme Court's ruling will unnecessarily delay Oklahoma's efforts to improve health outcomes through managed care, which the legislature confirmed is the right path forward for our state through Senate Bill 131. I will continue to work with the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority to determine the next steps in this process. Obviously, the governor is not pleased.
What is interesting is what the governor says there, that Senate Bill 131, which lawmakers passed and he allowed to become law without his signature, authorizes the program. The authors of that legislation, Senator Greg McCourtney and Representative Marcus McIntyre, say that was really not the intent of the legislation. The legislation was to put in place guardrails or regulations on this program as it was being implemented by the Healthcare Authority. All in all, they're going to continue to talk about Medicaid managed care for months and perhaps even another legislative session to come.
The state's first chief operating officer is stepping down. How is the governor reacting to that?
He's sad to see John Budd go. Mr. Budd has been with the governor's office and has served as state chief operating officer since the governor began his term back in January of 2019. Originally, his duties included overseeing the Office of Management and Enterprise Services, but eventually he was shifted away from that to take a broader view of the governor's cabinet system and of state agencies in general. He also played an important part, the governor said, in the state's response to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and is credited with organizing the Governor's Solutions Task Force, which brought together a number of different agencies from different areas to work on that response.
Secretary of Digital Transformation and Administration David Ostrow is filing suit now against former Attorney General Mike Hunter. Why?
Former Attorney General Mike Hunter's office, through the multi-county grand jury in December, indicted Secretary of Digital Transformation and Administration David Ostrow on charges of attempting to bribe a public official. This week, Ostrow and his attorney claimed that Hunter abused his office to settle a political score in filing those charges. And they indicated that they will allege in a potential lawsuit abuse of process, libel and slander, and also seek a civil rights violation in that suit.
It looks like starting in 2023, we will have a new state treasurer no matter the outcome of the election. Explain that.
Treasurer Randy McDaniel announced this week that he plans not to seek re-election in 2022. He says instead he would like to spend time with his family and particularly his children who are reaching an age where it's more important to be at home than it is to be out on the campaign trail, which can be a very consuming task.